What's up, family? Welcome back to another podcast episode. I haven't done an episode in a minute. I'm so excited to make one for y'all. Man, it's been like a month or something, or like a few weeks since I did a podcast episode, so we back, you know what I mean? I have some messages for you guys. I would like to tell you guys that, anything that comes into your life, I got a download actually, so basically, anything that comes into your life, if it's like something that kind of makes you grow, it's not going to be easy, and so this experience will bring you, or rather this, I don't want to say experience, but like this adventure, let's just call it that, will give you a few things. It'll give you contrast, number one. Number two, it'll give you strengthening of the mind. This is a download I received, okay? Number two, it'll give you strengthening of the mind, like a tougher mind, okay? And then number three, it'll give you experience. Okay, so 3 components of every adventure that we go through in life. And I want to explain the first one, which is contrast. What do I mean when I say that? I actually didn't make it up. This is from Abraham Hicks, who's one of my teachers. And she basically says how with anything in life, we learn more about ourselves. So we learn more about what we like and what we don't like, and what we need and what we don't need. And this is called contrast. So let's say, you're living your life, whatever, you have your normal routine, and then something comes in and messes everything up, or I wouldn't say that, but just kind of makes everything go everywhere, we could look at it as like a disruption, which is what contrast is. Contrast is essentially the invitation of new things, okay? So bringing in new things into your reality, okay? So with contrast is very important, because we may think experiences are either negative or positive, but that's not true. Everything is just an experience. Everything is neutral. And if you actually make everything neutral, then you'll be able to remain lucid throughout it all, and you'll be able to see clearly where you are in your adventure, and what you need to work on, what you don't need to work on, how you're doing, and you get a very clear sense of self. You have a good self-understanding when you look at everything as neutral, okay? So I don't want you to view anything as negative or positive or, things like that, because that's how we kind of stop our healing process. That's how we are not able to heal, when we villainize things or people, then we can't heal. It's very important to never do that, just always try to remain compassionate first with yourself, so that you can remain compassionate with other people, and then you'll be able to understand that everybody's just operating in their own way, and everybody's on their own adventure, bro. That's it. So it's all good, I feel like life is really what you focus on, and so yeah, so those are the 3 points that I really got actually during a meditation today. Number one, contrast. It's good to understand that contrast is in every situation. Number 2 is the strengthening of the mind, or having a tougher mind, toughening of the mind, right? When we go through strife, struggle, hardship, anxiety, facing our shadow, facing our fears even, that's really hard, and it gives you a tougher mind. It makes you more able to navigate things, more easily, and it also allows for you to just remain resilient. A message that I got in regards to this is, whatever God brings into your life, say thank you, and whatever God removes, say thank you, because that is the way to remain grateful for literally everything, and it's important to kind of remain a little bit detached as well, from our experiences, so that we can understand that we are the main character in this large adventure that we're all on, and so everything brings us growth. It's actually beautiful, and our soul purpose, at all moments in time, is to focus on our vibration. Try to keep as high of a vibration as you can, because there will be things that come in life, things are hard. Actually, literally, if you want a boring life, you'll start to self-sabotage as well, things that are easy, we get bored, things that are hard, they're hard. Nothing comes for free, basically. We always have to just kind of grow and accept this process of growth. And when we resist growth, we struggle, you know, like when we resist, let's say, opening our hearts, we struggle. When we give into fear, we struggle. When we resist fear, we struggle, right? Like, we gotta accept what we're feeling. We gotta accept fear. We gotta accept pain. We gotta accept anxiety. We gotta accept the things we're struggling with. Okay, you're dealing with this? Great. Like, what can we do to solve it, right? Like, that's how I want you guys to treat yourself. I want you to treat yourself like a parent, okay? Because you are your own parent, you know? Ultimately, like, we raise ourselves, like, at the end of the day. And this goes for everybody, and we're always raising ourselves. We're always with ourselves, are we not? So, yeah, it's very important to be on your own side, baby, you know, because if not, good things will come and they'll give you anxiety. Bad things will come and they'll give you anxiety. Like, literally everything is just a lot all of the time, especially if you are very sensitive or, like, you feel things very deeply. Or you even feel other people very deeply, it can make things very hard because then, you know, it's just important to have a strong sense of self and personal boundaries, you know, and that goes for everybody, you know, like it's just we grow together, you know, we don't have to fill each other up, you know, it's like an individual process with every relationship in life. So yeah, I just wanted to, you know, give you guys that because that's something that sat with me today. That's something that hit me today and really resonated with me. Another thing I want to talk about, I'm kind of reading off of my notes app, if I'm being completely honest, because I had to write this down after my meditation. But I want to say that basically, you know, it's very important to understand that we can always call our energy back to us. We must always be with our own energy and try to not let it go, not let our energy go. Because when our energy goes outward too much to like other people, other situations, like even relationships and stuff, it actually really drains us, you know, like it really disturbs our peace of mind because your energy is like being drained, like it's going outward a lot, you know, right? So that's again with the personal boundaries. Like it's very important to have personal boundaries, like with your own energy. This is an individual thing. Like nobody can like help you with this, okay? Like, but it's good that it's individual because that means that you can do it, you know, and nobody else can do it for you. Like people can offend us all the time. People can do anything to us. People can hurt us, you know? And so it's up to you. Like, do you want to be hurt? You know, like, do you want to be affected? Do you want to be offended? Do you want to see it as what you have maybe been used to in the past, right? Like, or do you want to see it for, do you want to see it clearly, you know? It's up to you. And like perspective creates circumstance. Like really, like we think that people do things to us and things happen to us and everything happens to us. No, baby, you create it, you know, with your outlook, with your vision. Okay. That's why it's important to have a clear eye, to not be perturbed or disturbed or to see through the lens of anxiety, because then you will literally destroy things around you. You'll self-sabotage. You'll start to destroy yourself even, you know, from the inside out, you know. Because we're energetic beings, so we have the power to either heal or hurt, including ourselves, right? So yeah, very important. And then going off of that, I want to tell you guys, I hope you can hear me. Going off of that, I want to tell you guys that it's very important to understand that other people's actions are not in your control. And this is obvious, right? But in the sense that I want to take it a step further. Like, we know this, right? But it's more so like, it's not your responsibility, you know? Like, other people's actions are not your responsibility because they don't feel what you're going through the way you're going through it, right? They only know what they're going through. So they don't know your story. They don't know, they're not in your body, you know? So just understand that, like, you are your own responsibility. And other people are not your responsibility. What they do is not your responsibility either. And that should kind of set you free, you know? Because when you understand this, then you know that, like, there's no, like, illusion of control. Like, there's no illusion anymore when you understand this. because like, especially with like human relationships and stuff, it's like so much of a, I don't know, man, because we're all walking around with our own like history, our own baggage, our own traumas, our own egos, our own past, our own future, like our own ideas and imaginings and like all this stuff. And it's very complicated. Like, people are very complicated, you know? And so to enter into someone else's mind universe, like, that's a deep dive, you know? Like, and it goes on forever, you know? And so it's just important to understand that, like, essentially, your mind universe is your responsibility, and you got to take care of yours, you know? You don't have to really worry about anyone else's mind universe, because when we start to worry, then the illusion of control seeps in. You see this all the time, even with jobs, right? And like people at your work, like people are always like trying to kind of get a one up on each other. Like, why? Like, it just makes no sense. Like, we can really coexist so beautifully, like, if we just gave in to our own natural state of being, our own childlike nature, our own innocence, our own love, our own purity, right? Like, we could really just like make some magic happen with people if we weren't so worried about like our own unhealed stuff, right? That's why, guys, it's important to take care of your mind universe. Like, don't let unhealed shit fester in there, okay? Because if something's unhealed, it's going to stay unhealed. It's going to sabotage future connections for you. It's going to sabotage future relationships. It's going to sabotage your future in different ways if you just let unhealed stuff stay there, okay? So that's the word of encouragement I want to give you guys today. And yeah, understand that, like, well, I also got this like message as well. Understand that it's in your power, and you should actually heal your body, focus on meditation, follow your dreams, and focus on celebration. That's like the message that I got. And what this means is like just that, you know. And we have the ability, like the blessing, to be able to focus on ourselves, man. Like, our consciousness is so vast, so beautiful, and so many beautiful things come from it. Like, look at any music artist, look at any creative, like, look at anybody who does anything artistic. Like, they took their mind and they made it into art to share with the world. They made it, like, literally, it's love. It's like love messages to the world, you know? Any music or, like, anything. Videos, too, you know? Anything people create. And so it's just so beautiful, like, when we can accept our own beauty and see the beauty in other people as well. Like, that's the point of life. That's the only thing that really matters. That's joy, you know. All this other stuff is just like nonsense. Like, I'm sorry, like, it's garbage. Like, all this other like preoccupations that we have, anxieties that we have, worries that we have, like, what? Like, we don't need any of those, you know? We just need to focus on ourselves, get happy, stay up, you know, keep the vibe as high as possible, and co-create with other individuals. But the self-focus has to be there first, because if you're not 100, how can you give to anybody? You can't give to anybody. You can't give, you know, your heart to the world and to other people. And ultimately, that's a boring existence. Like, that's a really boring life, if you ask me. I don't want to live a superficial life. I don't want to live a numb life, you know what I mean? I want to live a life full of exuberance, full of excitement, creation, joy. And the best joy, honestly, comes from serving other people and from being around other people and loving other people and doing what we know is our mission here on this planet for other people. Because the thing about a mission is that it's ultimately for the world. Like, it's not for ourselves. It's a very sacrificial energy. And that's why when we can focus on ourselves fully, the mission becomes crystalline, it becomes supercharged, it becomes energized, right? But if you are energetically depleted, how can you give to your mission? How can you give to your cause, your purpose? You can't, right? So I want you guys to really focus on yourselves, on your own energy. I want you to focus on doing things that make you happy. I want you to focus on healing. And one thing I've learned about healing is that healing is not suffering. Like, we think that when we suffer, like, we're healing or we're like going through like, no, unless you're doing shadow work. which is a whole other thing, which is like a whole other thing. Like, it's shadow work is not suffering. It's literally like going through the dark night of the soul and like changing. Like, you change. Like, it's not just suffering. Like, you literally are like in the pits. Like, you're like down bad for like a while, like before you get up again, you know. But it's good though, because you're literally transforming and like changing through the process. So yeah, like, unless you're really actively doing shadow work and you're aware of that, then understand that like suffering is not healing, and you do not have to choose suffering ever. There is no like medal or gold medal for somebody who emotionally suffered through life, or like took a lot of pain through life. You learn lessons, yeah, and you can like give these lessons to other people and help people with your work. But there comes a point in time where you gotta let go. You gotta let go of any pain, of any drama, trauma, baby, wit. Like, I did not come here for that. Okay? You know what I mean? Purpose is high vibing. It's high frequency. And like, it uplifts the energy of the world when you do it right, Well, when you do it, So anything other than that is like just, you're not fully present with your purpose. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I think that's it for this podcast episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it very much. I love you very much. And let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments as well. And if you have any topic requests, just let me know, and I'll do it for you. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.